Hey guys, this is Brandon White from Rochester Sport Fishing. I want to do a video on what I thought, in my opinion, was the best bet reel for $50 in terms of bait casters. My choice would be the Lews American Hero Speed Spool. This reel itself is priced at $59, but any Dick's Sporting Goods or Field & Stream retailer is going to allow you to use a 10 off of 50 coupon on it, so you get it for $49, and you can use that online too if you don't have one of those retailers near you. Proceeds from purchases of these reels go to veterans themselves from Lews, so I think that's also a great perk to buying one. Also, typically when these kind of promotions go on, you're actually getting a better product than what you typically would get at that price point, only because they don't want to make a bad product and have bad reviews on something while they're also trying to get proceeds to benefit any sort of non-profit organization, as you can understand. So if everybody hears that this product is horrible, then nobody's going to buy the product, and then there's no proceeds going to the non-profit. So I have a feeling that this reel is more like a $60 or $70 reel. Because of that, it also feels exactly like the Lews that I have that cost me $60 or $70. This reel only has 5 ball bearings, but I tested it out next to the 6 ball bearing Lews Carbon Blue, which somewhat looks close to it, so don't get it confused with this one, and I didn't like that one at all. This one was way smoother. In the store, it felt better in my hand. And I had a couple of suggestions from the guys there that they actually liked this one better or had heard good things about it. The reel itself is all graphite. It's got just a really basic Lews finish, which I like about Lews. They don't try to do anything too fancy. They just make a good product. I haven't had problems with any of my Lews reels, and again, to have one for only $50 that performs as well as this one, I can't help but suggest it to you guys. A key thing too, and this, everybody has their own opinions, but in my opinion, a reel that comes in a box itself is typically a better reel than ones that come in a blister pack. Again, I'm sure there's going to be a difference of opinions on that, but I've just felt that way specifically with bait casters. I'm not talking about spinning reels, but just specifically bait casters. Ones in boxes seem to be of better quality. It's pretty much got an all black matte finish. Just the reel handle itself has a shininess to it. It's got a nice blue accent on the tensioner knob, and then the spool itself, if you can see in there, is blue also. That's why you can get this possibly mixed up with what they call the Lews Carbon Blue, but that comes in a combo. The American Hero also comes in a combo, but they didn't have them in any of my retailers. Like I said, it's got a 1 through 10 on the knob there for your drag system. When I meant to say knob is it's got also has a tensioner knob. Sometimes with $40 or $50, sometimes even $60 reels, they won't have a tensioner knob and a braking system. They'll just have one or the other, and I've actually had reels like that. I had a Fluger once. It was about a $50 Fluger that only had one, and it wasn't all that great, and I got rid of it. This reel itself is a 6/4-1. I believe they only come in 6/4-1, most likely because they're trying to keep it as simple as possible, and they're trying to keep costs down, and they can't really be able to have proceeds go somewhere and make an affordable reel and make it in all different ratios. To compare it to another reel in that price range would be the Garcia Silver Max. The Black Max is pretty much the same thing. I've also owned the Black Max, so I'm just talking from experience with that. I purchased this one because somebody suggested to try it out because of the flipping switch that it offers on there. The Silver Max itself doesn't really look all that great. I think the Lews American Hero looks a lot better. It feels better in my hand, and it's definitely lighter. This Garcia is way heavier. I don't know the exact specs off the top of my hand. I could tell you that the Lews weighs 7.2 ounces, but I do not know what this Garcia. I'm sure you could look it up and find out. I really haven't had great luck with Garcias. I had a Revo SX that was an 11 ball bearing reel, and I didn't like it at all, and I sold it. I would be much more happy having 2 of these speed spool American Heroes than having one of that one SX. I just wasn't happy with it at all. In terms of holding up to wear and tear. We've owned this one for about 3 or 4 months. I actually bought it, used it myself, and then my dad used it a couple times. He liked it so much that he's been using it. He really doesn't like baitcasters, but he really does like this one. And with that being said, he's been using this one quite a bit because he doesn't own any other ones. He strictly sticks to spinning gear, but he does like this one a lot, so it's been getting used quite a lot, and it's his only baitcaster, so it's getting used, the only baitcaster, all day long every time we fish. Been using it for 3 or 4 months, and 2 to 4 times a week. It's got that matte black finish that really does not scratch easy, so it still looks like it's brand new. There, you can't see any obvious blemishes or scratches on it. The Silver Max, I've barely used this one because of I didn't like it, so what I ended up doing was putting 50-pound braid on it, and I just use this when I'm fishing ponds and really heavy cover in them when I'm throwing like a frog or anything through heavy mat. This one only has the basic min max on the side for your tensioner. Where the word Silver Max, you can actually see right there where it's starting to wear off. That didn't happen with the American Hero. Again, it's a little bit heavier. The pieces just don't seem to feel or look as well made. They seem a little bit cheap. And again, this isn't talking down this reel at all. A lot of people like them a lot, and I own one, so I'm not against it. And if you own one, I'm not trying to talk bad about a reel you own. I'm just saying if you're going out there and you only want to spend $50 because that's in your budget, I just want to give you my opinion on what I think is the best bet for this reel itself. If I didn't already mention, it's a full one-piece graphite body, 6:4:1 gear ratio, 5 ball bearings. I said all that. And like I said, at minimum, you're given to a good cause. You're given to proceeds going to veterans themselves. And again, I love Lews. All my loot outside of this Silver Max that I showed you that I really don't use much, it's just for when I go to ponds. I own all Lews except a Daiwa Tatula Type R. I love Lews, and again, this one is just as nice and has lasted and held up just as good as the $70 or $80 Lews that I have. I have like a laser MGs. I have some speed spools, and I have a bunch of reels in that category is what I'm trying to say. And this one has held up and casted. It casts smooth, it reels smooth, and I just can't. I don't really honestly have anything bad to say about it. I would buy a bunch of these if I needed to fill up reels if I knew how good they were and I didn't already have a whole arsenal of stuff. Again, nothing bad to say about it. We fought big fish on this, and the drags held up great. Honestly, no problems about it at all. It casts plenty far if you need it to. The tensioner knob is delicate enough that you can really fine-tune it. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I don't want to make this video long. I just want to tell you that I think at $50 this is your best bet, baitcaster specifically. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you have any more questions about this reel that I didn't go over, feel free to ask them. If you have any other videos that you'd like me to make about what I think is my best bet in a different category, no matter what it is, I'm probably going to make a best bet rod video. If you guys want me to cover a different price range, what you think is my best bet in that price range, also ask. I'm probably going to do one anyways, but maybe you have a specific you'd like me to cover. So thanks for watching, and God bless.